right, I am hanging out with Eric Swinderman. He is the Executive Director of the Young Filmmakers Academy. And how are you today, Eric?
I'm doing well, thank you.
All right, well, we're so glad to have you on Good Morning Akron, our first day live, which we're very excited about.
So special.
All right, so for someone who's never heard of Young Filmmakers Academy, just give us the overview. What is it about?
So we are the premier film program for kids and teens in Ohio. We offer film summer camps, after-school programs. Our kids learn how to make films from award-winning, Oscar-nominated, Emmy Award-winning filmmakers who do this for a living, and they become their mentors. And they spend, in our summer programs, 3 weeks out of the summer writing, directing, editing, special effects, all culminating in a gala red carpet premiere in August in front of 300 paying customers.
Yeah,
that's great.
And that's amazing. So is this just a summer program? Do you have a program that goes all year round?
We have an all-year program. We have what we call our 8-week film school. We do that 4 times a year. And the kids will recreate a scene from a popular movie that they might know. So they learn by doing a shot-for-shot remake. Right now, we're in the middle of shooting the famous Deo scene from Beetlejuice.
Okay, that's
so the kids
fun.
are doing that. We've done Christmas Story, the famous flagpole scene. We've done from Wonder, Addams Family. And then we have what we call our focused learning classes, where those are 4-week classes and the kids learn about a specific discipline, whether it be screenwriting, method acting, we've done sketch comedy. So there's all kinds of programs for everybody.
That's amazing. Okay, so we're going to focus back on the summer program because I know you're wanting to change up the way that is funded right now, correct?
Yes. So right now, we are still one of the most affordable programs like this in the country. But we're trying to make it completely free for all kids who want to do it. Because we realize that even though we're cheaper than, say, New York or LA with what we do, there's still that socioeconomic barrier that's preventing certain kids. And that's completely the opposite of what art is supposed to be. Art should not be for those who can afford it. Art should be for everybody. And so we are changing our business model to offer that program for free by having the program completely paid for by private donors, corporate sponsors, grants. We're working with Ohio Arts Council. We're working with Cuyahoga Arts Council. So all kinds of programs, all kinds of different ways to get involved to help these kids be able to take this program for free.
So I'm hoping that someone's watching this and they're saying, I love the arts, I love film, I would love to help this program. How could they help you?
So if they want to become a sponsor, they can go to youngfilmmakersacademy.org, click on Become a Supporter, and they can donate right there with a credit card. They can mail a check in. We're 501c3, so it's completely tax deductible. They can write that off. If you're a business and you're like, we got to get rid of some money at the end of the year for our bottom line, send it our way. We'll be happy to take it. A $1,200 donation will sponsor a kid for an entire summer.
Okay, and that's a great thing to say too. So it's not kind of just open-ended, although it can be if they want to give a larger donation. I'm sure you wouldn't mind, but $1,200 sponsors one kid, and that's doable for a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's just, our kids. We've had kids that have been with us 5-6 years. We've had kids that go off to film school. One of our students from our first 2 years got into New York, NYU, to the Tisch School of the Arts, the hardest film program to get into in the
love
country.
That school.
And so our kids are it's just not just a hobby for them. We're helping them get into colleges. We're writing recommendations for kids. It's a pretty big deal.
So could you tell us a story of a student that has been impacted by your program?
Yeah, so for example, Marshall Vargas was a student with ours. He was a student at Lakewood High School. And he was with us for 4 years, started with us right before the pandemic, kind of stayed with us during the weird years.
The best
there.
that you can, right?
And then, so he applied to a bunch of schools. He got an audition at Juilliard.
Amazing.
He got an audition at NYU, and he ended up choosing to go to SUNY Purchase in New York. So he's a kid from Lakewood, now out there in New York, living the dream. And we wrote him recommendations, and we've gotten him some paid work as well through our program, because oftentimes we'll hire kids to do things. So it's really inspiring, these kids.
So why do you care about this? Why is this a passion of yours? What moves you to want to do this for these kids too?
So I decided, I went to college to, play baseball, get drafted by the Guardians, all that. That was my
that was the hope.
That was my game plan. But that was in '94. I saw this movie called Pulp Fiction come out in the theaters, and
kind of famous movie.
And I went, that's what I want to do. And I was kind of going to get redshirted for my freshman year of baseball, so I decided I'm just going to stop and go into film. And it just changed my life.
Yeah.
The friendships that I've made, the people I've made. And so I want that for them.
Right.
I want them to have that experience where they have just get inspired to make something, to tell stories, and be collaborative. That's the great thing with film. It's so collaborative. Mm-hmm. You meet people that you just connect with and bond with because you're all trying to tell the same stories, and you just have lifetime friendships that are very real because you've been through that experience together.
Yeah, I think that's so important. I mean, I have a daughter in performing arts school right now, and I mean, even just for them, it widens their horizons. Like they think bigger. They do work more as a team. They work in community to put on a show. They work to put on an art show, whatever it is that they're doing. Mm-hmm. And I think, your program sounds like it does the same thing. They're all working together to make the film. They're not sitting there on their phone. They're doing, they're doing
and we
something.
have a no phones policy. They go into a clear box at the beginning.
Not that I have a phone. I look at my phone.
Oh, yeah.
But just doing something that provides for them, it expands their worldview.
We've had parents tell us that their kids are more organized in their other parts of their lives just because they're used to the organization that it takes to put on a film, that they've just become more focused and other aspects of their lives just because of our program.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting to hear that from the parents. And like I said, we're rebranding this year. We're still going to be Young Filmmakers Academy, but the goal is that it'll be free. And even our after-school programs can be free because we will become accredited with the Ohio ACE program, which is a program that Ohio allows for up to $1,000 a year to get reimbursed for after-school programs. Our after-school programs cost about $300 for an 8-week class. Mm-hmm. You could take 3 classes a year completely free if you just submit it to the Ohio ACE program. And so therefore, we're hoping that nobody pays us anything.
Yeah, and that is such an amazing program. I actually just found out about it a couple weeks ago and was just amazed that they offer that.
It's amazing.
So absolutely, I love that you're going to get accredited with that. I love that you're bringing film and art to lower income kids. I mean, as well as we want kids of all incomes.
And diversity as well.
All socioeconomic,
And with that program too, 50% of our enrollment will be from any group that identifies as a minority, whether it's female, African American, Latino, LGBTQ, whatever. It will be 50% of our summer program will be earmarked for one of those groups.
That's great.
So that we have that diversity, and because there's all kinds of stories to tell, not just the stories of kids who can afford to take this class. So
absolutely.
We want to tell everybody's story.
Well, thank you so much, Eric.
Thank you.
Can you share your social media, your website one more time if anyone wants to get in touch with you?
Sure. We're on Instagram, and Facebook is really our bread and butter because we obviously we work with a lot of parents. Mm-hmm. And that's where we put all of our updates, and we post videos, we post links to the films that we make and all that. So pictures from the premiere. We do a big red carpet premiere with the paparazzi and everything. So anything on Facebook. So it's basically facebook.com/Young Filmmakers Academy, and you can go there and check us out.
Okay, and then your website?
youngfilmmakersacademy.org.
All right, great. And people can sign up for the classes there as well?
They can sign up for the classes. We have a class coming up in November, which is a 8-week film school, and we're doing a Christmas parody of Pulp Fiction called Pulp Christmas.
Sounds
that was written by our
Sounds
screenwriting
really
kids, so it'll be really fun.
Okay, well, very cool. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We had a great time. Make sure you stay tuned for more great interviews coming up.